Yo, what is going on, fellas? Welcome back to the SlackPacks show, sponsored by Profit X and Pickett Sports. Hosted by yours truly, SlackPacks, and co-hosted by yours other truly, it's Vic. Today, we are here with special guest, Steak, the ugly-ass hat. How you doing, my king?
You know what's crazy is I always buy a new Vikings hat for the season, and I haven't. I always wear it week one for the first time, and I decided I'll whip this fucking one out just for you. It's pretty fucking sexy, actually.
Let me see, what's on the pin?
It's Oakley. It's pretty dope though.
I like
That
that.
helmet, that
Okay.
helmet goes hard.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I cannot hate. I hate the Vikings least,
I love the
especially
Vikings
now.
this year.
You love the Vikings this year. Ooh, I'd like to hear more about that,
Yeah.
Tiggs.
Shut up. We're done with
Yeah, we
that
can
shit.
talk about that eventually.
Yeah,
So what's new? What's up, my king? What's up, dude?
bro, just grinding for football season. I'm incredibly excited. I think I might be abnormally excited about week 0. I did have to remember to calm down a little bit because I think I went 1-5 last year in week 0, and now I'm looking at this board and I like a lot, so I'm a little nervous, but I am excited.
I like a little too much.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to have a game, plan every game. I heard Jeff Sunday bitching about you having a fucking play in every game. Who gives a fuck? You have to have a play in every game for the first Saturday of the year. It's like a fucking rule.
I agree, except there's 2 games which I'm excited to talk about with you guys. There's 2 games I'm struggling with finding plays in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to go week 0 first? You want to go futures first?
I do. Let's get right to it.
All right, let's get right into it.
Since we're here, I think we might as well, okay? Yesterday I had probably the worst sell job of my life on North Carolina, bro. Dude, it was ugly. You would have fucking hated me. So I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it anymore. I'm on the Tar Heels. I think that the Frogs are dead. I think looking at this in itself, realistically, imagine you wake up Saturday morning, a little pissed up from the night before. Check your phone. It's like, what time would be? 11:30 your time, 10:30 my time. Game's right about to start, and then you check your phone. TCU -9, Mortal Mega. By yours fucking truly. You know what's gonna happen. There's data to prove it. That is the SlackPacks guarantee. Is that Trent ruins all TCU betters' day.
And then waits and gets the worst number at 9.5.
Correct.
Fair.
I think honestly, I think he just goes with 9. I don't know if it moves up to 9.5. I'm hearing Sandy was telling me he might move to 10. That shit gives me AIDS.
So I mean, if you look, it went down. It went back down to 8.5 on a couple books. You can still get UNC at 9.5. I think the value's gone on sides. If you wanted TCU, it was 7.5. I mean, I think if you want UNC, now is the time. Unless you want to wait and see if you can get a flat 10, just in case you can get that 2-score push. I locked in the under at 47.5. I think it's the same thing value-wise. I don't think there's value anymore. 45.5, 46.5. I think it's bet down a little too much. I still don't feel great about it at 47.5, but TCU is banged up already offensively. UNC doesn't have much going for them offensively. You know, Billy Edwards is at quarterback. I know how
fucking
Slack about him.
ass.
Yeah, I mean, these Ireland games are always kind of crappy weather, slow start, rusty, or across the world, basically. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the full game under, I think a better look could be that first half under. If it's still 23, 24.5, I like that. But yeah, I think it's a slow starting game for both of these teams. I like the under still. I wouldn't play it current number, but the number I got, I think I like it.
Yeah. So I'm glad this is the first game we're talking about because I think we're going to agree on a lot, but we have a disagreement here. And I'm probably trying to get too cute when you think about it because I'm betting Billy Edwards and Jaden Craig, the guy from the Ivy League, in his first start ever to score points in Dublin, Ireland. But I have decided it can't be this easy. And Viggs, you're not the only person I've seen who got that good number on the under. I've seen
I'm
a lot
on
of
the
people
under 40
seen
and
a lot
a
of
half
people
minus 119.
Perfect. I've seen a lot of people jumping on this under. Let me just say, I do not blame you guys. It makes perfect sense. They're playing in Dublin, Ireland, that's known for a few things, and one of them is shitty, rainy weather. You got Billy Edwards, who's one of the worst P5 quarterbacks to start this year, and you have Jaden Craig, who I'm actually high on, but he's from the Ivy League, making his first start on a Power 5 team, and really all you're thinking about with TCU is they're probably left for dead. Josh Hoover's gone. No one's expecting him to be any good. But if you look back, you remember that UNC was awful last year, specifically offensively. They weren't that bad defensively. And I think if you're going to bring back, well, not bring back, but if Bill Belichick decides to come back and coach this team again, and you got old ass Bobby Petrino, and you saw what they did on that scripted drive, that first scripted drive last year with Gio Lopez, where they went up 7-0, and everyone's like, oh my God, UNC's back. Bill Belichick's to go. And then fucking TCU whoops their ass for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
If you see that, for me personally, I actually think we're going to get a decent offensive game plan from UNC. And I am a Jaden Craig guy. So I'm going to go contrarian to the Sharps, if that makes sense. At this low number, 46.5, I don't think it could be that easy. I'm going to take the over in this game.
That's fair. I definitely understand the side of it. All you're hearing from both of these teams is how slow they're going to start, how bad UNC looks offensively. I mean, you're kind of buying the bad news there. It's bet down enough where I think it's okay to take the over.
Yeah.
The look if I was to take an over, I think the look I would take is UNC team total. If you want, because I feel like that is the side that would lose the over. Like if you were betting the over, I think you just single out UNC because that's the side that's going to make or break this over, and you can kind of just single them out because then what if it ends? It could end 24-21 and it goes under, but UNC team total hits. Like I can see something like that where TCU does find a way to struggle, but UNC can clear that number. I think it's 17.5, might be 18.5, but I think if I was leaning towards points, I think that would be the way I take it.
Yeah.
I honestly,
very fair.
Dude, I'm just happy for next year. This will not be the first game of the season again. Because I'm fucking sick and tired of North Carolina football already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't Iowa State and Kansas State play on the same field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys remember what happened? I think there was 5 lost fumbles.
There was fumbles.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know what fumbles mean?
That was the Jalen Daniels year.
That was Brocco Becht and Avery Johnson, and then they had, what's that guy's name? Dylan Edwards. He fumbled the punt.
Yeah.
But fumbles in the rain probably mean good field positions for some of these teams. I could see points.
Yeah, I can see that side. But this is also, I think, is this the same place where Florida State played Georgia Tech? It's the same place. It's still in Ireland, right?
That sounds right. Yeah, I think
they lost
the same place.
They were a huge favorite, and they lost like a low-scoring, crappy game to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
At the year after they went 12-0, missed the playoff, like all that. Yeah. But yeah, you always see pretty bad football.
Yeah. So
I mean, I can see why you're betting the over now, buying all the bad news, buying the betting down. I understand, but
yeah.
So we had a lot of conversation about this earlier today in the group chat, and I think we had 3 people give their exact scores. All 3 of them landed on 48 even. It goes over for you and goes under for the Sharps. The early Sharps, not
over for me.
So everyone that got 47.5 kind of just gets fucked.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see when I placed it. I think I placed it it has to be 2 weeks ago now.
So moving on to actual Big Ten ball, I guess. Thoughts, feelings, concerns. Obviously, looking at this with already 400 or 320,000 and seeing that much red kind of gives you a tingle up your spine. But I really don't think it fucking matters. I think Lincoln Riley is here to show his nuts. They're at home. Jaden, what's his name? Mayava. Yeah, he's on demon time. I'm fired up. I like this USC team. Do they cover 38? No. I think they score a lot of points. And just because my buddy Brant said he likes San Jose State to score, I love the over. 60.5. I think that's the first over that I like this year.
Yeah. I have no complaints there. I'm taking a different route here. You see USC team total is 50.5 right now. The route I'm taking is USC over 6.5 touchdowns. That will get you to 49. So, I mean, they're not getting to 51 without scoring 7 touchdowns. I don't think they're going to kick 2 or 3 field goals. Like, you get the little bit of cushion just to back them to score seven touchdowns. Mishap with a PAT, mishap this, like just go out, score 7 touchdowns, job done. That's all I need. I was thinking about taking the 39, but a late backdoor San Jose State garbage time touchdown can burn that. You've seen it a bunch with these big spread games, the fourth quarter. These teams that they kind of pump off the brakes and put in these freshmen that are nervous getting their first looks in the game. They give up a touchdown. So I'm just going to go back the offense to score 7 touchdowns. I mean, I can see 7 straight touchdowns and they end at 49. And then all the team total bettors are in pass or under. And then, you never know how many points San Jose State's going to score. It can end 49-13. And the only bets that here is the over in that. So I think that's the route I'm going to take. I haven't locked anything in yet, though.
So I think USC looks really easy. That's just like my first glance at this game. I was like, damn. And I have USC, by the way, to make the playoffs, and I have Maeva Heisman. So I'm high on USC.
I also have both of those. That makes me feel really good.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, keep going.
A lot of people like them. That should be mentioned too. They're trendy. But what I was going to say is, I think I just want to square up and take USC. And the main reason is this is the first time in quite a few years that Lincoln Riley has put a complete football team on the field. It's actually been kind of embarrassing. It's like he'll have these 5-star guys on offense, but horrible offensive line. They're embarrassing in the trenches. They're embarrassing on defense. So it doesn't even matter that you have a guy like Caleb Williams or a guy like Jaden Maeva. This is finally the year where you're like, wow, the offensive line is established. The defense is expected to be good. I have a complete team, and I really do think, as ridiculous as it may sound, against a team like San Jose State, at home season opener, I think they're going to showcase the complete team. So I get why your boy likes San Jose State to score. It's nasty. I think taking San Jose State to cover is nasty. Look at those splits.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna square up and say USC beats the absolute dog piss out of this team.
Yeah,
that is exactly what Sushi said too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think Square's gonna eat.
Yeah, I think when you hear USC, the first thing that comes to mind is offense, high-powered offense, like we've seen in years past. But I think this year, like the statement is going to be their defense, especially in this game. And defense, we just talked about it in the fumbles in the other game. Defense creates better field position, which leads to points. So I think either way, I'm going to take some sort of USC, whether it's spread, team total, point, touchdowns. But I think they can put up 60 points here.
Yeah,
I think the defense is really going to show out, create some turnovers, create good field position, and just let Maeva cook.
And also worth mentioning, I think if you're trying to catch USC sleeping at any point, it's going to be in one of the next games. They play Fresno State in the next game. Fresno State is better than San Jose State, first of all. Second of all, it's not your home opener or season opener. That could be sleepy. And then you got a game against Louisiana before you ever touch a Big Ten team. And not to mention, your first Big Ten team is Rutgers. So this season starts sleepy for USC, but I don't think it's going to be like that, a home opener or season opener at all.
Especially at home.
Yeah.
But I do have another play in this game. I took Mark Bowman over 41.5 receiving yards. He's a freshman tight end for USC. He was a top recruit. He was like a top 20 recruit. He's filling in. There's no returning tight ends for USC, so he's going to jump right into that starting role. And what better way to get your freshman tight end high recruit going than feed him the ball in the first game against San Jose State, who I'm not really too sure what their defense is looking like, but I don't know if they're going to have the talent to hang in with a top rated tight end who's like, I think he's like 6'5" or something crazy.
Probably not.
Probably not. So just backing the freshman to go out and prove what he's made of first game. So I like it a lot. I like USC's offense. I think they're gonna be a fun team to watch all year.
Yeah, I'm very excited about them.
I agree with that. Like you said, Lincoln Riley finally has a good fucking team. And if you listen to fucking Joel Klatt or all those guys, they saying Lincoln Riley's seat is getting warm.
Oh, it has
perfect time for him to show his nuts.
I mean,
it's USC. This team is like a Vince Young drive away from a three-peat, one of the most prestigious college football programs of our lifetime.
Your lifetime, bro. Your lifetime.
Yeah, I don't even know what your lifetime is. I know you haven't seen a Packers Super Bowl win.
That's not true. That's not fucking true. You haven't seen a Viking Super Bowl.
Oh, no one's seen a Vikings one. No one's seen a Vikings one.
Don't even get me on this. And okay, since we're on this topic, you see this shit? See this shit?
Yeah.
I went and timed him out for this, and then Danny untimed him out. What
I'll
is
say
this
this.
shit in
I'll say
my
this.
fucking chat?
Slack, listen, he's actually not chirping you. He actually likes the Packers under wins. He's been on it.
I fucking hate it. I know. I fucking listen to him every morning. I spent 2 hours of my day listening to you and him chirp LaFleur, and every time I hear it, it's fucking and I hate it. But what can I do?
Do you
I'm
like
gonna
LaFleur?
listen every morning.
Let me ask you a question though, since we're talking about it. How warm, as a Packers fan, do you think LaFleur's seat is? 1 to 10. 10 being the warmest.
865.
Oh, okay. So you kind of agree.
Shit's hot. Shit's
Okay.
hot. Yes,
Okay.
but at the same time, he's not gonna be. There's no like we're gonna make the fucking playoffs. I don't know what he's talking like. I don't know. His take just pisses me off, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He fucking pisses me.
Well,
Oh my
here's some
god,
good
he
news.
gets under my skin. I hate him.
Here's some good news. I think the Packers are becoming very contrarian with everything going on with Josh Jacobs and however long it takes Micah Parsons to come back. I don't know that anybody really likes the Packers, which honestly, kind of good spot to be in going into the year. I'll say that.
I agree. That's when the Packers strike all the time. When everyone is down on them. Because whenever we're up, shit hits the fan. Let's go back to college ball. I'm not fucking doing this right now, man. The whole Josh Jacobs shit pisses me off. And I want to bring this up, okay? I'm sorry. He did just sign like a 4-year extension. Not fucking cool. All right. We're moving on. I'm fucking sick of this shit.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
Yeah, I'm not focused anymore. Okay, NC State, Virginia. We get CJ Bailey on Saturday, which is in like 2 days. That in itself is awesome. He's one of my favorite players that are going into the year. He's so just electric. He's electrifying. That's where I stand.
Yeah. I'm on NC State. I took it about a month ago, plus 5.5. I can't say I like it now. Looking at the splits, looking at the number it's at now, I know it sounds stupid because it did go 2 points in my favor, but it seems like all you're seeing is NC State plus. All I saw was like NC State plus 5.5, NC State plus 4.5. Now you get to that 3.5 number, and it's a little concerning because the game was supposed to be in what was it? Supposed to be in Brazil, right?
Yep, exactly.
And it got moved to Virginia.
Yep.
I think even though I did think the number would move towards Virginia in that case, it moved towards NC State a little bit. I think I feel like it's going to be a Virginia home game at this point. It's in Charlotte.
It is a Virginia home game.
Right. It is. I thought it was like I thought it was a neutral at first, but I didn't know. So
we discussed it at neutral the other day. Yes.
So the irony is, obviously, when you have an international game, you know it has to count as one of the team's home games, it counted as Virginia's home game. So when they decided to move it back, it became a Virginia home game.
Right.
Bars. Got
it. But yeah, so it's everything lining up to it. It's like I think NC State was 0-4 last year as a road underdog against the spread, and I think Virginia was like 9-1 in the last couple of years at home. But the thing I did find interesting that is kind of keeping me a little bit confident, the last couple of times they played in Charlottesville last year, NC State beat them 35-31. I don't know if you guys remember that game. It was a banger. And then in 2020, they went into Charlottesville and beat them by 17 as a 9-point underdog. So they have had their success in Charlottesville, which is giving me a little bit of confidence. But I think you're going to see some late steam on Virginia. I think that number is going to get back up to 4.5, maybe 5. So I mean, I wouldn't bet NC State right now at plus 3.5. If I was to bet anything, I think I'd probably hop on Virginia. But I'm going to keep my position on NC State and see what happens. I like CJ Bailey. I like JoJo Trader. I think the offense is going to be fun, but I don't know. The defense is going to be a little concerning. So we're going to see how that pans out week 1 or week 0. Sorry.
Yeah, it's funny. It feels like me and you are kind of doing the same song and dance where we're doing in the TCU North Carolina, where you jumped on the best number. I waited for it to get steamed down so I could jump on the best number. I have Virginia -4. I placed it yesterday at even money on Profit X. Shout out to Profit X because that shit was -115 on Hard Rock. Don't even get me started. I like Virginia. I like this team a lot. Jeff Sunday gives me a lot of shit because I can't stop feeling like Bo Perbola, a guy who got wheelchaired off the field at Missouri last year and then thought he was going to go play for Coach James Franklin at Virginia Tech. And while he was there, Ethan Grunkmeyer committed, so then he went to Virginia. That's the guy I see with the chip on his shoulder. Now, let me be straight. I love CJ Bailey. I think he's a game changer at quarterback, and Bo Perbola is not. But Virginia is returning their entire offensive line. They're better in the trenches. They got a game moved from Brazil to a home game, which I just got to be excited about. And I'm just seeing a pretty boring game where Virginia has 8-9 minute scoring drives, kind of sucks the soul out of NC State a little bit. I think NC State's secondary is expected to be horrible. So I think Perbola will be able to make enough throws. So kind of like you, it's funny because it was at 5.5. I'm like, damn, I really don't want to take Virginia at 5.5. Then I saw yesterday, I was scrolling through Pop X, like 4? Yeah, I'm fucking jumping on 4 right now. So yeah, I got Virginia -4. I think I have the better team. I think you have the game changer at quarterback, which can always win the game. I think this is the game of the day for sure. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. I think Slack, you go.
Okay. I got a couple of things to say. First, KP mentioned yesterday that Virginia was either giving away tickets or they have them on like a super sale right now at Virginia. So even that in itself gets everyone riled up a little bit more. And another thing I was going to say was you mentioned earlier was one of the easier buttons to click. Looking at this, I really am starting to think NC State is just, it looks that simple, and then Virginia's just gonna maybe mollywop, and that makes me sad as fuck to say.
Yeah. So let me understand the KP thing you said real quick. Was that him saying he didn't think they would have fans at the game, or him saying he thought
they came out and they like did a promotion. They're giving out a couple thousand tickets for free. I didn't really look into it. I don't know if it's because they're not selling them well, or it's just because it's a home game that they weren't supposed to have, that they didn't really have tickets ready.
That's what I kind of think.
That's what I kind of think, but I don't know.
Because if you saw the field storm after that FSU game, and then you won 11 games last year, and that never happens for Virginia football. It's the basketball school.
Right.
You got to assume they're pretty hyped for this game.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Is that like, fuck, dude. I haven't clicked anything yet. I lead NC State, but now I'm starting to get a little scared. Shoot. Okay, this game kind of blows dick. We don't have to spend too much time on it if you guys don't have anything. I don't really have like a super play. If, like I said before, if I was to click anything, it would have been probably Sacramento State, just because it's their first game, and why not ride out with the team with the first game? We'll get to the other one later, I guess.
Yeah, I actually have a play. I already locked it in. I'm on Eastern Michigan -9.5. I explained it a little bit the other day, but Sacramento State has to. I think they only have six returning starters. They don't have any of their offensive line returning. I know it's week 0, so it doesn't matter as much. But they do have to travel cross country for a conference game now, in their first FBS game ever. Eastern Michigan, they beefed up the defense a little bit. But I think this is just going to be points. If you don't have a side, I think this is the over of the day. I think Eastern Michigan's probably going to be able to do whatever they want. They have Noah Kim at quarterback. I know he's nothing special, but the offense, they averaged about 27 points per game last year with him. I think in his second year, I think it could improve a little bit. I'm not really high on them season long, but against a Sacramento State team who doesn't have much returning in their first FBS game across country, first conference game, I think it's just a welcome to FBS, and Eastern Michigan can probably do whatever they want. I think they're going to win in the trenches. I don't think Sacramento State's going to have to size just yet. I don't know what kind of transfer portal they had, but I don't know if they're going to have the size to keep up with the FBS team that's been doing it year in, year out, especially in week 0.
This is one thing this is one gripe I have with college football. Is Sacramento State from Sacramento, California?
Yeah.
And they joined the Mid-American Conference to travel to fucking Michigan and Massachusetts and Ohio for all their road games?
Correct.
Dumb as shit. Hate that. I was so confused until you said it was their first year in the FBS. I didn't even know that. I do not have a play in this game, but that sounds like all year sounds like it's going to be a nightmare for Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean,
Noah Kim could be nasty in this conference, right?
Yeah. So like T-Bone said, they had a solid FCS roster, but
Holy fuck.
I don't know how much you can really tell. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, they're gonna.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous, dude.
I'll just stay in the FCS till you got a conference I can join where I play teams in Oregon, California, Arizona.
Right. So yeah, I mean, Sac State had a solid FCS roster, but they weren't an FCS roster like North Dakota State that was out there winning national championships. So I mean, I don't see much happening out of them this year. Hopefully they have some NIL money, maybe beef up the roster because I think the MAC could be a winnable conference for them. I mean, they're a big name FCS school. Everyone knows them. Football, basketball, everyone's heard of them. So I mean, maybe they can get something going in the next couple of years, but I don't think this is the year, and I definitely don't think it's going to start in week 0.
Do they have a win total?
I don't know. I can look that up.
Eastern, yeah, you're probably gonna have to look on your blue book.
I've not done my Sacramento State research. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Me neither. You should have seen me on fucking Tuesday sushi.
4.5.
Jeez.
4.5.
That's honestly
4.5.
higher than I thought.
That is kind of high.
Let me see. I think it's 4.5 juice to the over.
But they play
Damn.
Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah, so they do play some pretty bad teams. Let's see. Where's
They also play Fresno State in Hawaii.
yeah, 4.5 juice minus 130 to the over.
Interesting. Yeah, I got nothing, but now I'm curious to watch.
Yeah,
Sac State.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Who
Now we
was
got
it
Ball
last year that
State
joined-
and Sac State.
Who was it last year that joined the FBS for the? Was it Delaware?
Yeah, Delaware.
I feel like they were fun to watch. They were more competitive than people expected them to be.
Yeah, that's fair.
See, okay, well,
I'm not saying bet Sacramento State week 1, dude.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not wrong.
I'm looking at this, but the game's not even on here that I want to talk about.
Yeah, you want
NDSU.
to talk about?
I want to talk the NDSU game.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
can help me out there too. That was the one I was gonna say. I don't have a fucking clue.
You gotta lock in, man. You
Do
gotta
I?
get you on some North Dakota State football. That just if I request you to watch that game.
Yeah,
The only
that was,
thing I want you to do.
I'm
Dawes-
watching every game,
one
bro. I'm
thing-
watching every
Okay.
game.
One thing I wanted to say real quick, Dawes brought it up. I did do a little bit of research on Sac State today. Their head coach, before he got the job as the head coach, the highest level coaching he has was a running backs coach. So week 1 on the road cross country,
fuck.
it's nothing's adding up.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah.
Fucking get rid. That sucks. They're getting college footballed. That's ass.
And look, they're getting a lot of bets.
I agree. No, this.
Oh,
That
that's
was-
my bad. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
regular game.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
hell
I
no.
thought it was
Sac
just-
State,
I thought
yeah,
it was
hell
just-
no.
yeah.
They had like 4%. It was ugly. Ain't no one betting them. All right, let's move on. Hawaii, Stanford. I'll let you guys kind of start the roll on this one. Viggy, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll let go ahead.
I don't have anything officially locked in yet, but the more I look at it, the more I want to back Stanford.
Hello.
Yeah, the more I know there was some late steam, but this game, yeah, like Walker said, this game's probably not going to be great. I lean the under. I'm not going to get there. I know Hawaii had some steam yesterday. It kind of moved down. I think it moved down like 1.5, but I think it opened Stanford -3, and then it popped up to 5.5, and now it's back to around 4.
Yeah.
The biggest thing here, Hawaii had to replace 17 starters, and Stanford was returning 65% of their team. I'm not as high on other people as I'm not as high on Alhedo as other people are. I don't really think he's going to be anything crazy. I saw a couple people on his under passing yards for week 0. I like Stanford's defense to hold them to just keep him in check. I know Davis Warren is starting for Stanford. I've been looking at his passing touchdowns. I might get there. I think Stanford can just control this game. Yeah, he's a former Michigan guy. I think they can just control this game. Slow drives. Hawaii's. They have a lot of injuries on offense already. I think they have 2 offensive linemen down already and a receiver. I don't see Hawaii being able to really do much on offense. So I think I'm just going to lay the points with Stanford here.
Yeah, so that's the other bet of the week that I like. It's Stanford. I like Stanford. Davis Warren's interesting. Obviously, he wasn't a good quarterback at Michigan. He's a cancer survivor and a fun story. And he beat Ohio State, right? That's the story. Cool story. I don't think he's going to have a lot to celebrate. I'm looking at this schedule, and they go They play at home against Miami the following week, and they're
Yeah.
going to get the fucking brakes beat off them. And then 3 weeks after that, they play Notre Dame. Got to travel to
Yeah.
Duke. Not fun.
So yeah.
Stanford to Duke is awful travel, and I'm trying to think of where we could get
Yeah.
the Davis Warren game, and it feels like it has to be right here. I'm not a Mike
Right.
Alejandro guy either, but I understand that Hawaii's coach is Timmy Chang, right?
Yeah, I believe
He's
so.
the dude who broke all the passing records there, and a lot of
Yeah.
people think
Bingo.
this is the first quarterback that he's had that he thinks actually plays the style, and that's why I think, like, you were just looking at those splits, and Hawaii is pretty trendy. A lot of people on Hawaii, and a lot of people like to bet Hawaii week 0 or week 1, but it's not what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be betting Hawaii week 1 or week 0 midnight, and it's supposed to be at
Correct.
Hawaii. And then I get it, but this is not a home game. It's
Ball
completely different.
Yeah.
And I'll take Stanford. I actually do think Davis Warren has a big game before he ultimately gets fed to the Wolves, because you got to play Georgia Tech, at Duke, Miami, Notre Dame, Louisville, NC State. I mean, they're going to lose a lot of games this year. So let him have his fun first.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people will look at this and be like, oh, like it could be a look ahead spot for Stanford. They play Miami, but you look at the schedule, I think this is the game that they know, like, all right, we have to go win this game.
Exactly.
Like, this is the game we have to go out and get. And I'm surprisingly higher on Davis Warren than I think most people are, because Andrew Luck is he's like the recruiting coordinator or something, right? He's doing a lot of shit with the recruiting now.
Is he the athletic director?
I think he's the athletic director, but he's like taking over all the football recruiting. So if Andrew Luck sees something in this guy, I think people should probably get high on him before it's too late. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to back them. Hawaii doesn't really perform well in the States when they're early in the year. They kind of take time to get adjusted. So, I mean, I'm just going to back Stanford. You're getting a good number at 4. Yeah, that's all I really got.
And these two teams played last year to open the year. Is that what I recall? And it was like a low-scoring game. Hawaii won.
That would make sense why the total looks like how it does. That's what I was going to ask next. Thoughts on kind of lowish total?
Yeah, Hawaii won 23-20 last year at
Higher
Hawaii.
scoring than I thought, actually.
Yeah, it was at Hawaii though.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Biggs, do you see the spread for that one by any chance? I'd be curious.
Let's see.
The game winner from the Tokyo Toe.
No. 2025.
Steelers up 14-3.
Hawaii closed as a 2.5-point favorite.
2.5-point favorite and just barely covered. I think Stanford had Ashton Daniels or something like that.
Makes me like Stanford a little bit more.
Yeah, I like Stanford. That's one of the plays I already locked in.
I don't want to take their running back. What's his name? Michael Ford. Is he still there? Is that him? I was looking at his rushing yards, because I do think Stanford is gonna beat them up in the trenches. I think his line was like 88.5. I think he had like 120 yards against them last year. I was looking at that, but I don't know if I'm gonna get there. I don't know. I don't think I want many units on a Stanford Hawaii game, especially week 0.
Ball nowhere. That game's gonna suck dick.
Yeah.
That's a nap time game. Takes us into the Sushi Bowl. Florida State versus New Mexico State at the Seminoles. Here are your splits. Look kind of heavy. Florida State, per usual, they're like, what are they, minus 38.5?
31.
Minus 30. Yeah, okay. You can get a minus 31.
Yeah.
Or you can get New Mexico plus 32, plus 33-ish. I think this is kind of the same situation as USC. I think Florida State is going to get all the bets, and I don't think it's going to matter. I think they're just going to show their nuts in front of their crowd. Home game, everyone's fired up. Why not just score fucking 60? And I think that's where I'm going to ride.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it simple here. This is the Florida State game that gets all the fans interested. Again, go out, put up 50 points on a New Mexico State team. Everyone's like, oh, we're back. And then go play SMU next week and get rolled. And then go play Bama week 3 and get rolled. And then Mike Norvell is out the door. I think this is the Florida State game where they win by 40. And it's straight downhill after this week. I'll be on Florida State minus 31, and I'll also be on Deuce Robinson receiving yards. I think he's in for another big game. He always eats against these crappy teams. I think last year they played East Texas A&M. They beat them like 77-3.
Yeah.
He had like 200 yards in the first quarter.
That's
Line's, I
fucking
think,
AIDS.
71.5. I think he's just going to go nuclear in the first half, and I think Florida State rolls.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I guess I'm surprised to see that people, specifically Pickett Sharps, would want to be pressing FSU minus 31.5 with Ashton Daniels at quarterback. I haven't seen anybody excited about them, and rightfully so. And you kind of said it. I mean, no one has a hotter seat than Mike Norvell. He's got to have the hottest seat in college football.
100%.
Definitely.
And then Dawes is in here spitting straight facts. He's saying New Mexico State returning like the most starters of any FBS team, which is crazy. I'm surprised because I liked FSU, but I kind of thought I was being sharp or contrarian. I'm looking at these splits and I'm realizing everyone's on FSU, which does surprise me, but it doesn't make me disagree with what Vig said. Ultimately, I do think they light this team up. I don't know what happens against SMU at home. Maybe they could be competitive in that game, but I do think they then get rolled in a revenge game at Alabama after beating them in Doak last year. So yeah, I'll be on FSU.
That game's gonna be fucking ugly.
That's going to get gross.
Could be.
It's going to get gross.
I think
But yeah.
Alabama might do the dirty, dude.
It all depends if Keelan Russell can't be Bryce Underwood. We need to see what he's got first.
Good call. Bryce Underwood's ass. Keelan Russell, I think he'll be all right.
I don't think Bryce Underwood's ass. I think that's a big thing in college football. That dude. I mean, he was a freshman last year.
Let me ask you this, Biggs. You thought he was ass last year. Like you thought he played ass last year, right?
He played okay towards the end of the year. He was definitely ass in the beginning, but towards the end, I think he did show a little bit of promise. But
you think he takes a leap though this year?
I do think he's going to take a leap.
Yeah, I kind of think that as well, but I do think he was absolutely ass last year.
I'm not touching anything Michigan related because I don't think this is the year to do it. I think if Underwood does take that step up, I think his third year I think could be the Michigan year that people have been waiting for with Underwood, but I'd like to see it first before anything.
Yeah, I would argue a little bit that it might be the time to get Michigan while no one wants them.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. I think I might just bet them week to week if I see a spot I like.
I know where I'm betting them when they play
Slack and Sushi collab.
You're gonna bet them against Oklahoma?
Fuck yeah.
You don't know ball. Okay, since we're here, no, we'll get there after this game.
We'll get there, bro.
Okay, last game of the night, probably the most fun game of the day in my opinion. Even looking at the splits, like this is the most even we've seen anything, to be honest. With that being said, I've said this like 3 times so far, and I'm gonna say it the 4th. I want to click Memphis so bad, but I always think back to college basketball, clicking Memphis, especially at a +4 number, bro. It's that PTSD meme. You know, I go straight into it. Fuck. But this is football. I'm clicking the button. Fuck Las Vegas at home. Allegiant Stadium. Go Tigers.
All right. So
yeah.
Go ahead, Diggs. Go ahead.
I've been so back and forth on this game.
Hate this guy.
I've been back and forth all since I saw the line. I was originally on Memphis because I wanted to fade Jackson Arnold out of spite, but I feel like UNLV is the perfect spot for him, especially against a Memphis team who, I don't know. I mean, both of these teams have just been like, I guess last chance used, the best way to put UNLV.
Yeah.
I mean, Memphis just named their starting quarterback yesterday. It's Marcus Stokes. He's a D2 guy, so a D2 guy, first game at Allegiant Stadium.
But you know his story, right?
Yeah.
He's a kid who is committed to. He's from Florida, committed to Florida. I think he was a 5-star recruit and said a slur and then lost his scholarship.
Yeah. So he definitely has the talent.
No.
This is like, I don't know. I think people are getting like T-Bone just said it. I think Jackson Arnold wasn't good in the SEC, but I think in G5 and UNLV with the roster they have, I think this is the perfect spot for him. And you have Jaden Thomas, their running back, who's a dog. He has the weapons around him.
Yeah.
I think I might take the over here though. I might get there with the over. I don't know. I'm really so confused on this game. I have no idea what to do yet. This is probably I might not bet this game until like 9:30 the day of. I'm so lost on this game. I've thought about the over, the under, Memphis, UNLV. I've thought of every way, and I just don't know what to take yet.
So, I mean, I got to give it to Slack. When you said this is the most exciting game of the night, I don't think most people would be saying that. I kind of agree with you because of how hilarious it should be. But let's just break it down again in case
Literally.
people don't understand. Jackson Arnold and Alex Orji will be taking snaps for UNLV, which is already hilarious. Then you got the story I just told you guys about Marcus Stokes.
That makes
And
life
Air
so much
Noland.
better.
No
And
one
Air
brought up
Noland's there too. Yeah, Air Noland's
He's a
there.
5-star kid from Ohio State. Didn't get any love there. Went to South Carolina. Didn't get any love there. He can't win the fucking starting job at Memphis, but he's going to take snaps too. So you got Air Noland, Marcus Stokes, Alex Orji, and Jackson Arnold all getting playing time in this game at 10 p.m. on week 0, and it might just be cinema. In Allegiant Stadium,
really could be.
Yes.
it might be cinema, man. I'm actually excited for this game.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I might just get there with a late night over and
That's
just
what.
pray to God
This-
these guys show up.
This
Like,
is it
I don't
right
know.
here.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be kind of fucked up by the end of the night. Ah, shit. Here we go. Just tap the over, call it a night, and we all
Yeah,
go
and the
bed
only
happy.
ball knowledge I have to offer you is Eileen UNLV, Memphis lost their coach and their entire team, and then UNLV has Dan Mullen, and I'm a Florida Gators fan, so like I have a love-hate relationship with Dan Mullen, but he was pretty much the last coach that got us to 10 wins, so I have to give him a little credit.
Right.
He is a good football coach, and I would take Dan Mullen at home against a first-time coach going with Marcus Stokes and Aaron Noland. I would have to go with Dan Mullen in the spot. So I lean UNLV. I don't hate what you said about the over, Viggs, because I think it's going to be a weird, nasty game. But yeah, it will be a good time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be I don't even know if UNLV announced who it is yet, but I think it's gonna be Arnold, and then I think we'll see Orgy in some like Wildcat packages, some like read outs from Jay Thomas. But I think it's gonna be like a hilarious game to watch. So that's why I'm kind of excited about it. That's another thing. 56.5 for these four quarterbacks.
Four quarterbacks.
Like
Yeah.
for these 4 quarterbacks, like a 56.5 total seems a little high.
I agree.
Like it does seem a little high, but I don't know. I'm gonna debate on where I'm gonna be at.
Do
I
you
don't know.
guys remember UNLV's Week 0 game last year?
No.
They played an FCS team, Idaho, and they were
Idaho.
30-point favorites, and they almost lost outright.
I don't remember that. No. Wow.
Jesus Christ. Did it go over?
Oh, I think it's soared over. I think Idaho had to have put up 30+.
Good to know. Okay, noted. Shout out Doss. Shout out Matthew Frosty. Thanks for the gifted subs. My glorious Kings.
W.
Okay. You ready to talk a little bit of futures before we get on out of here?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Like 10
excited. Are we
minutes or
talking
whatever?
college futures or NFL futures?
I was thinking college since we're here. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'm
We can do both. We can do either.
Okay.
I have both
Yeah,
locked in.
Doesn't really matter. Just go through the win totals. Whatever's on Profit X, we'll run through real quick. Okay.
Cool.
Do you have any what's your favorite win total of the year college wise?
So I don't think I need to pitch you guys Virginia because I kind of just explained why I like Virginia. I have them over wins. I'd actually put both Georgia and Oregon to go undefeated 5-1 today.
Love that.
Those are my 2 favorite teams. I think that'll be the Natty this year, Georgia versus Oregon.
You want to know what? Fuck off, dude. Dude, those are my dude. I hate you.
Hey,
I
we all
keep
listen
going.
to the same shit, man. We all listen
Dude,
to the same
that's what I'm saying. We're fucked. That shit's
Yeah.
not hitting.
It's Notre
Georgia
Dame.
just lost to Texas. It's not Notre Dame.
It's Notre Dame, Georgia.
Okay, since
That's
I
fine.
want a ball knower's perspective. So I shouldn't ask you, but I'm going to, okay? If I wanted to fade Notre Dame without taking them to miss the playoffs or taking their under wins, how do I do it?
Bet the shit out of Miami when they play them.
Yeah. Bet Miami.
Bet. All right, cool. Noted.
And
It's
if
either
one
you
other
bet
game
Miami-
that's interesting, BYU. You'd have to bet BYU on the money line probably if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Heard that. Okay, see, I'm out on this team. And the thing is, I'm trying to find out how to bet it. Everett keeps calling me a fucking idiot. But all I hear is CJ Card dick riding. And I can't get there. I don't know. It's Notre Dame at the end of the day. It's kind of like the Vikings. Like, at the end of the day, I got to see it to believe it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Compare
Yeah.
Notre Dame to the Vikings, but
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
they did win 3 playoff games and make the national championship 2 years ago. So
yeah.
at least Marcus Freeman had that in his bag.
Okay, that's true. It is Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
If I could He's what scares me. I think he goes to the league within the next 3 years. I hope.
I don't know if he
It's
wants to.
possible. It's possible. He has the best job in the world, though. Did we lose Slack?
Black might have cut out.
Cool. He'll be back. I personally think that, and I don't know if you know this, Viggs, but Jeff Sunday's a diehard Notre Dame fan. He even has a Notre Dame tattoo on his shoulder. And so I have been watching a lot of Notre Dame. I went with him to Miami when they played Alabama in the Natty and got absolutely skull fucked. This is the best quarterback I've seen at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as an old guy who's seen Brady Quinn. I think CJ Carr is the real fucking deal. And I think he is going. I think they could run the table. Don't know what happens in the Miami game. Marcus Freeman is kind of known for losing games he shouldn't occasionally, but I believe in this quarterback a lot.
Yeah, that's why they're my Natty winner. I mean, I think he's the best quarterback in the country. I think you hear a bunch of different takes. You hear Arch Manning still. You hear Gunnar Stockton still. You hear Darian Mensah. But if you look at talent, just straight talent, I think it's CJ Carr. He has the intangibles to be an NFL quarterback. He's going to be an NFL quarterback. And then you look at the defense. The defense is going to be unbelievable. They probably have the best defensive player in the country in Leonard Moore, who's probably going to go top 5 in the NFL draft as a cornerback. You don't see that often. My favorite my favorite future is I have Notre Dame to make the semifinal at plus 145. You're back? Good.
Bro, I don't want to talk about it. I'm back now.
Yeah, so I have Notre Dame Natty. I have the Natty ticket, and then I took them to make the semifinal. I got it plus 145. My reasoning is at the absolute worst, I think they're 11-1 if they drop that Miami game, but I don't think they're going to. I think they go 12-0. I think they're a top 4 seed in the college football playoff. And if they're the top 4 seed, they have a bye in the first round. They just have to win the quarterfinal game. So I think they're quarterfinal on money line at plus 145 to make the semifinals. So that's why I took that. I thought about it for a while. I was going to add a bunch of other shit, but I saw that, and I was like, that kind of stuck out to me. So if everything goes to plan, I need them to win one game in the college football playoff to catch my ticket, and then I have the Natty ticket, of course.
Just a heads up, Big. Once Slack got back, kind of sounded a little bit like you were in like a fish tank.
Did you hear that?
Last bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't sound great. I don't know if something got fucked up with your sound, but
Vince,
I agree
talk again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it good?
Way better.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. I agree with everything you said. Let me just tell you this. Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford, Navy, Boston College, and Syracuse. I think I just named 9 teams that Notre Dame does not have a chance to lose to. 0% chance Notre Dame loses to any of those teams. Matter of fact, those are some of the most trash P5 teams you could ever name. Purdue, Michigan State, North Carolina, Stanford, Boston College.
Right.
Like, bro, they're going to run through this fucking schedule.
I know the schedule. Yeah, they play some.
My God.
They play some brutal teams. Yeah.
They're running through the shit.
I agree.
No,
I don't agree, but
I guess
it's hard not to right now. Fuck me.
I guess I'll dive into the controversial future that I have. That
let's get
somehow got the most attention I've ever seen ever, and it's Oklahoma under wins.
Oh, I know why, dude. Go ahead.
Listen, I will say I do have a bad number. I have 7.5 at plus 120, which is not the best, obviously, but everyone is so obsessed with his defense that I think they kind of forgot. Like, I think this is a hot take in my opinion. I don't think John Mateer is a good quarterback. I mean, I know he played at a Heisman level for a couple weeks last year, but he got injured and everything went downhill from there. He had a crappy showing in the college football playoff. Yeah, he's cool. Like, he has some cool highlights, but can he go out for 12 weeks in a gauntlet of a schedule and go win 8 games? I don't think so. I think they're 2-3 after 5 weeks, and all Oklahoma ticket holders are pissing down their leg because you have to go undefeated the rest of the season and go 9-3 in the SEC after being 2-3, probably losing back-to-back weeks to Georgia, and in the Red River rivalry against Texas. Then you look at later in the year. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I know they play Florida in the Swamp.
Correct.
Ole Miss, Texas A&M, at Missouri.
Correct. Everything you just said is correct.
I don't know if they can go 4-0 in that stretch. I really don't see it.
They will not go 4-0.
That is
fucking not.
That's 4 weeks in a row. Like they don't even have a bye week in between. Like that is not an easy schedule to get 9 wins out of. Even 8 wins. I need under 8. I think they're 7-5. That's my prediction. That's why I'm under 7.5. I think they lose. I think once they're 2-3 after 5 weeks, I think the wheels are off.
Are you aware how aligned we are on John Mateer, Viggs?
No, I'm not. I know I've heard you talk about it a little bit, but
no shit, you don't like John Mateer.
Don't like John Mateer one bit. I made a post after the Michigan game last year, whatever game it was that the John Mateer hype had reached its highest. I think he became the outright Heisman favorite.
Heisman favorite after 3 weeks.
Yes.
I made a post and people were fucking shitting on me, dude. Shitting on me. It was like, I think it got up to, it was like a couple hundred comments. I'm going to actually send you the tweet after this.
Yeah.
Hundreds of comments. This guy doesn't fucking know ball. You can't let everyone have podcast equipment. All the fucking jokes everybody makes. Shitting on me. And then he starts being trashed. This was the bottom 100 fucking ranked offense in college football last year. 100. They were in the hundreds. Awful offense. And you know what everybody tells you every time you remind them that Oklahoma sucks on offense and John Mateer is inaccurate? Oh, he was hurt. He was hurt. He was hurt. It's the only thing. Yeah. It's the only change for an Oklahoma backer. John Mateer sucks at playing quarterback. He's inaccurate. These are massive games. At Michigan, Texas, Georgia. He's not beating Texas or Georgia. You said you don't think he'll go 4-0. At the Swamp, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Missouri, he could go 1-3, dude.
He can go 1-3.
And once you're already 2-3, and then you realize you have to play Kentucky, sure, it should be an easy game, but they got a new quarterback, a new coach. They should be better. Then you have to go to at Mississippi State, hard place to play, 5-star quarterback. You're already 2-3. You're probably eliminated from college football playoff contention. Maybe you've lost a little bit of your motivation. Yeah. Then you have South Carolina and Lenora Sellers. That's not that easy. Then you go to the Swamp, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Missouri. Fuck that. And John Mateer's not getting out of that schedule alive, bro. He's not.
After that Texas game, before that Texas game starts 8 straight weeks of SEC football. Not a bye week.
No, the Georgia game does.
Right. After the Georgia game, they have a bye, and then they play Texas.
Bye. Gotcha. And that's an early bye, dude.
And then they play Texas.
Early-ass bye, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then you come out of it and have to play fucking the Red River Shootout.
You look at Oklahoma, and everyone's taking it because of their defense, right? This team is going to end up like 2025 Auburn. It is the same roster construction, a great defense with a dog shit quarterback. I know Jackson Arnold had hype. People forget going into last year, Jackson Arnold had hype to be
the number one quarterback in his class, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he had hype, all the hype around him going into Auburn, and he shit his pants and couldn't win a game. He got benched for a true freshman, and then eventually it ended up being Ashton Daniels. But this team, like elite defenses, you still need a good offense to win in the SEC. Elite defense can only take you so far. And if you look at these other teams, they all have elite defenses still.
And much better offenses.
That's
Gunnar Stockton, Arch Manning, Lenora Sellers, Trinidad Chambliss, they are going to
all right, bro. Sellers over Mateer?
I didn't say Sellers over Mateer. I just said that I said South Carolina's going to put up points this year. That's all I said.
Yeah. I mean,
but I might take Sellers over Mateer. I might take him.
There's a chance.
Let's go through the schedule since we're here, okay?
Go ahead.
Win.
Yep.
You guys are both saying loss.
Yes.
Is there a spread in this game yet?
It's Michigan minus 1.5. I think.
At the Big House?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the Big House.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking nuking. What do you mean?
Have a good time, dude.
Have a good time. Take your minus 120 Michigan at the Big House. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, all you were going to see.
Y'all are going to learn John Mateer again. You have to be.
Now you're going to learn Bryce Underwood, I think.
No, hell no.
Black, all you're going to see September 12th is you're going to scroll through Twitter. All you're going to see is CFB pod, 5-unit max Oklahoma money line, 10-unit max Oklahoma money line. John Mateer is here. John Mateer Heisman. That's all you're going to see this week. I promise you.
You guys are telling me Michigan minus 1, we'll say minus 130 at home. against John Mateer doesn't look fucking
Is that
easy.
not telling?
Yeah,
That's what I'm fucking saying.
No, it's not
He
what you're
would be
saying.
-3.
No,
No,
you're on
you're-
the other
no.
side.
Bro, am
you're-
I
Time
that
out.
dumb?
Let me explain this.
Oh
to
my
you.
god.
You think Michigan, right, with Bryce Underwood, how bad he is, right, should be -3 against the number 10 team in the country right now?
That
No.
made the college football
That made
playoff.
the college football playoff.
The number 1 rated
But
defense
they
in the
shit
country.
down their fucking leg.
What did Michigan do?
Alabama.
Slack. What did Michigan do?
You're right.
They
That's
did
where
nothing.
you owe
And
me.
what does
They
everybody
got
say about
worse. Yes.
what does everybody say about Bryce Underwood? He's trash.
He's ass.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You're right. God damn it.
They're losing. They're losing that game.
Okay, so they're 1-1. They beat New Mexico, but I know Crutch. Funny enough, Crutch has said he's going to be all over New Mexico in this game. He said it in Whaler Spaces that week. He said I'd be shocked if New Mexico comes in and puts up points on them. That's all I'm saying.
I love me some New
Oklahoma wins this
Mexico.
game.
It's I mean, it's a
Lobo
sandwich
ball.
spot of a lifetime. You have to go
Yeah.
at Michigan, play New Mexico, and then go at Georgia. So
That
I
is
get
AIDS.
and Crutch's sharp
AIDS.
spots.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, we don't. That's
And then
kind
they
of.
lose to Georgia.
Yep.
They're losing to Texas.
Lose to Texas. See,
Win.
they're
We'll give them a win there. We'll give them a win there.
Win.
We'll give them a win against Mississippi State. That'll be 4-3. We'll give them a win
Yep.
against South Carolina. How about
Yeah.
that?
sure.
5-3.
And now I really think they're losing in
I think they're
Oklahoma's
losing.
first game
I-
ever. Swamp.
I think they
I
lose this
agree
game.
with that.
I think they lose this game, and I think the 5th loss is Texas A&M.
Or Ole Miss. You pick one.
You can pick it, but everyone is so out on Texas A&M that I think this is the game that is another one. You're going to see Oklahoma hammer spot against Texas A&M, and A&M just comes into Oklahoma and beats them.
They probably lose both those games. DC, dude. I'm old as shit. I'm fucking
I'm
literally
sorry,
looking at the
fellas.
camera like an old
Bro,
man.
these
Just
fucking
slack ones.
glasses, dude.
All I
just
see is
think at
fucking
me
little
next
ants on
time.
the screen.
Bro, you gotta be like Sandy. He fucking gets on my ass.
About
Sandy's
zooming in.
mean. Yeah, Sandy's mean, bro.
I want to see if there's a look-ahead line for that Texas A&M game.
Okay,
No, I'm interested.
looking at any of these, there really anything else that stands out to you guys? Like, any wagers sitting around here? I do think Oregon goes 12-0 this year, and kind of like you said, I think it's an Oregon Indiana Big Ten chip.
I
Where
got-
from there, I don't know.
Can anyone
gotta
guess
follow-
the sorry, real quick.
Oh.
Can anyone guess the A&M Oklahoma line?
Where's the game again?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma -1.5.
It's -2.5. It's a little short. And they're -4 against Ole Miss.
It means A&M would be favored on a neutral.
Right.
Interesting.
Ooh, Penn State's a good one to talk about. They're getting a lot of talk, especially in the last month. The whole summer, I haven't heard shit about Penn State. Last month, all I'm hearing is Penn State, Penn State, Penn State. I would like to hear you guys' opinions. My opinion, I love Matt Campbell. I think it's awesome that he took his guys, and I also am a big Rocco guy. So I think Penn State has a chance, especially with their cupcake schedule, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It is literally so easy, and it's genuinely pathetic.
Yeah. Slack, you know my opinion on this stake. I don't know if you've heard me talk about it, but this team could make the college football playoff. And I think they're going to. I think as high as I am on Michigan, I think they go into the big house and beat them. They have 3 games that they have to win 3 games and they go 12-0. It's at home versus USC, and it's the whiteout game confirmed. On the road at Michigan, on the road at Washington.
Washington,
All right, yeah. Those are the 3 games. If they go 2-1 in those games, they're going to be in the Big Ten championship. And I don't know if a loss in the Big Ten championship gets them in still, but I think it's who would you say gets in? An 11-1 Penn State with a Big Ten championship loss, or a 9-3 Ohio State?
11-1 Penn State team, but not a 10-2 Penn State team.
I agree. I think they have to go 11-1.
Have
they
to
go-
go 11-1.
If they go 11-1, I would be pretty confident to say that they are in the Big Ten championship. And I think that gets them in, even if they lose. The only way it doesn't get them in is if they get blown out.
The thing is, like, realistically, I don't understand what the fuck Doss is talking about. taking the under wins. How 6-6? How?
Sick is crazy.
Well, no,
That's
it's not that they
fucking
can't. It's not that they can't. It's not like it's not possible. It's
No, it's
possible.
definitely possible.
dude. It's
Definitely
in my opinion. Like, how is it possible? How?
Well,
They're
because
gonna ass wash.
we're
They're gonna
we're talking
mollywop
about
Temple, Buffalo, Wisconsin, Northwestern. Maybe
Yeah.
not Northwestern with the like. Northwestern is maybe a trap game.
You want me
No,
to tell you
Northwestern's
if I was trying to defend Dawes, which I'm not because I like Penn State, I'll explain that after. But if I was,
Yes.
I would say with Iowa State's old coach and team, it's not like they're going to blow anyone away talent wise. They could lose at Maryland, they could lose to Minnesota, Washington, Michigan, USC, and maybe Wisconsin. That's the only 6 games they could lose. You would need them to pretty much lose all 6 games that they're possible of losing. It's not going to happen. Viggs, I agree with everything you just said except one. I'm going to go over 9.5 wins for Penn State. I said it on my show. I like the team, but I love the schedule. I have a fear that Penn State would then go and be the two-loss team that is left out of the college football. So
I think I'm going to get there.
Yeah, I'm going 9.5 wins, but not the playoff.
Who do they lose to?
Oh, I have them losing to USC and Michigan, winning at Washington.
Heard that. Okay.
Yeah. See, I would if I had to pick 2 losses, it would probably be Michigan and Washington.
Yeah.
I don't see them starting 5-0 and losing the whiteout game against USC. I don't see it. I know you're higher on USC than I am, so I understand it. But that game, if they win that game, that is the momentum that they're going to have going into Michigan off the whiteout game.
That Michigan game will be absurdly lit if Penn State's 6-0 going in there. Imagine if they're 6-0 and Michigan's also beat Oklahoma.
Yep, like that could be game of the year.
I think that, dude, that game is going to be AIDS. It's a Friday night at the brand new stadium.
Fuck Northwestern.
Northwestern's not beating that, dude.
I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.
Fuck Northwestern. You know who's playing quarterback for them?
Do I look like I know who's playing?
Aiden Childs. And
Aiden Childs.
And they got Chip Kelly. I actually bet
Michigan
Northwestern.
State legend.
I bet Northwestern under 5.5 wins. It's one of my favorite futures. I don't think they're going to sniff 6 wins at all.
Yeah.
Hello.
I
See?
I like that one.
You got any more like that one?
Yeah, I have Missouri over 6.5 wins. I'm very excited about Missouri.
That's a fun one.
I didn't want to overhype them in that Oklahoma game, but Missouri's going to win their 7 games by just beating who they should beat.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll also make some noise against some good teams. Austin Simmons, quarterback. Ahmed Hardy got shot on May 10th. He's cleared to practice, but he's not going to play in that first game against Arkansas Pine Bluff. After that, they get Kansas. Kansas is going to be no good. They'll be 2-0. 3-0 against Troy. I think they're going to beat Mississippi State, be 4-0. Complete toss-up with the Gators.
That game might fuck.
I think they're 5-1.
But if they just beat Kentucky, they just beat Arkansas, they just beat the teams, they'll get their 7, and they could lose the 5 they'll be dogs in. I think Drink is one of the most underrated coaches in college football. If healthy, Ahmad Hardy's the best running back in college football. Austin Simmons is here, and he brought his guy, Caden Lee, I think that's his name, the wide receiver from Ole Miss. And he's got a chip on his shoulder, too. He was all hyped to be the starting quarterback for Ole Miss. He gets hurt. Boom. Trinidad Chambliss comes in, lights the world on fire. Austin Simmons doesn't come close to seeing that field again. And now you got to transfer over to Missouri. Nasty defense. They're replacing a lot of guys, but they always get the most out of that defense. 6.5 wins is happening for Missouri.
Yeah, I like it. I might have to add a couple because I do like that one. I mean, Ahmed Hardy is so hard not to like. He's going to be unbelievable.
And, bro, once he's back, he's going to be the story of college football.
What? Can you go back to their schedule real quick, Slack?
Yes, sir.
It's brutal.
Yeah, we scroll up. So that,
Can you see it?
so.
Oh,
No, you're good. I was going to say, week 4 against Mississippi State, that is the week. If you bet props, that is going to be the Ahmed Hardy 200-yard game.
That might be the first game he plays, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Is he a receiver or what? Running back?
He's a
Running back. He's nasty.
He is unbelievable.
And he got shot? That's his story?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah,
I think the first game he's supposed to play is Troy. So I think he eases into Troy, and then right where SEC starts, I think that's where he just goes nuts for 152 touchdowns.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, I'm a Florida Gators fan. I do believe Missouri wins that game in Missouri against the Gators.
I think so. Also,
I
I'm trying to see what other win totals I can bring up. I like. I'm on Maryland over 5.5 wins, I believe.
That is fucking disgusting.
Maryland over 5.5 wins.
Malik Washington bet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I support that.
Malik Washington is unbelievable talent wise. Second year in the system. The schedule, that's another reason. The schedule, if they like you said with Missouri, if they win the games they're supposed to, they have 6 wins. I think they go 3-1 through 4 games. I think they lose to Virginia Tech. I think that's the only one they can lose. But
I'm going to go just for the sake of argument. I'll give you pushback. I think they're 2-2. I think they'll lose to UCLA as well.
That's fair. And then I do think they are 2-4 after the Ohio State game, but I think they beat Rutgers, Purdue. Where is it? Rutgers, Purdue, Wisconsin, and I think
you had them 3-3. Don't forget, I had them 2-4.
Yes, I have 3-1 after 4.
Yeah.
So that's the 6 games I think they win. I think
Also,
they beat
is it
Hampton.
possible their win total is 4.5?
No, I have 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5. Okay, got it.
But I think they beat Hampton, UConn, UCLA, Rutgers, Purdue, Wisconsin, or I think it's Wisconsin or Illinois. They win one of those home games. I don't know which one, but I think they win one of them, and that's 6 wins.
I agree. I think they're getting to 6 at minimum.
I have a couple like gross ones, but I have Boston College under 3.5 wins.
Big 12 championship odds. I'm gonna show them. They're minus 116 for yes, or you could just bet no at minus 109. Same. Might be
the only
not a shit.
I think it's Texas Tech to lose. The only long shot I would probably give out is Utah. Because I think Devin Pierre is a very good quarterback, but I think it's just Texas Tech's conference to lose. I'm not really dying to get involved with the Big 12 at all. I think it's boring football. I don't really love it. I don't really bet on it much. But
my only value bet for the Big 12, this is just a value play, so no one fucking lose their minds.
I guess.
Yeah.
Houston.
Yes, exactly.
That's fucking gross.
Returning Connor Weigman.
Connor Weigman's pretty
receiver. Returning the best receiver in the Big 12 potentially, and they got a guy named Mekhi Hughes who used to play for these coaches at Tulane, rushed for 2,700 yards in his first 2 years, went to Oregon, got no PT. Now he's back with a chip on his shoulder. I think Weigman, Mekhi Hughes, and this receiver could be the best offensive trio in the Big 12. So if I'm just looking for value, I'll take it. I love the coach, and I think they were a sneaky 10-win team last year. I think it's Texas Tech's conference to lose, obviously, but that's my favorite value in here.
I like it. Definitely worth the sprinkle because I think they avoid Texas Tech also, if I'm not mistaken. I think they play BYU.
No, I think they play Texas.
They
Tech.
do. I don't know their schedule off the top of my head.
I think so. I'm pretty sure they do because that's why their odds are so bad.
Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah,
they play them early.
Yeah, and
at Texas Tech, they probably have no shot. They're gonna.
Yep. Yeah. Night game too in Lubbock.
Yeah, their schedule's tough. They go at Texas Tech and at Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one they missed is they have Utah.
They
no
missed
BYU. Yep.
Yeah.
No BYU. So
yeah.
Okay, I had something else to bring up, but Heisman. Who do you have for Heisman so far? I know you mentioned Maeva, whatever you want to call him. Anyone else?
Hold on, did you lose me? Oh no, I'm still here.
You're good. I have Darian Menso. I think he's the best arm talent in the country. On what I would say is one of the better teams in the country with an easy schedule outside of Notre Dame. I think the argument, if we all think that Notre Dame is going to beat Miami, why not just take CJ Carr? I think if Darian Menso loses to Notre Dame but puts up numbers, which I think he could, because I think that game's going to be a banger. If Miami can lose a competitive game to Notre Dame while putting up points and they take care of the rest of their schedule, I think he's going to put up one of the better quarterback seasons that we've seen in the past. Because you saw last year, Mendoza, he played great. He had a good year, but I don't know if I'm crazy enough. I don't think I'm crazy saying this. I don't think he put up Heisman numbers that we're used to seeing. I think it's lower than years past. It wasn't, obviously it wasn't like a Joe Burrow.
It's almost a team award.
Right. I think he was the best. He was the best player in the country because of what he led Indiana to. I think this year it's not going to be the best quarterback, the quarterback on the best team. I think it's going to be the best talent because I do think Miami's going to make the playoffs still. And I think Darian Mensa is going to put up crazy numbers. I think he's going to go over 4,000 yards with 40 touchdowns. I think he's going to sling the rock every game. I think the games like against Stanford, I think they're going to let him play, just let him go throw for 400 yards and just stat pad a little bit. I think he's going to win this award.
Really good guy to talk about, in my opinion. So, Biggs, I don't know if you followed me last year at the start of college football or when you got into the gambling.
I got into the space like late November, so I wasn't really around for a lot of college football.
So my favorite future of the year last year was Miami. I had them to win the Natty. I had them to win the ACC. Obviously, they didn't. I had Carson Beck Heisman. I mean, I loaded up on Miami, all because I liked Carson Beck. I was excited about Mario Cristobal finally having a QB with big game experience, and everyone kind of hated him. Like, everyone hated Carson Beck. It was funny. He played in so many big games, played so well, won so many games.
He for the Cavender twins.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And everyone says, oh, whatever, anybody could start at Georgia and win games. It's that easy. And this year, it's almost funny how I feel like it's the complete opposite. You have a really talented quarterback that everyone loves, but really hasn't played in any big games except the ACC championship last year, if you consider that a big game. Here's my concern with Darian Mensa is Malachi Toney, I feel like, is going to make so many huge plays from the line of scrimmage that won't help Darian Mensa's Heisman case that it almost scares me a little bit on Darian Mensa because I'm so high on Malachi Toney. I mean, he is a dirty dude. Yeah. So that's my only concern.
He's unbelievable. The other option that I do have, like that is a gross number.
Yeah, hell no.
People are betting that. People are betting that. It's weird. I didn't see my guy on here.
I think you're.
Who's your guy?
Josh Hoover, dude.
That's what I was gonna. I was just gonna bring up Josh Hoover.
Yeah,
I think Dawes actually just said who's this season's Carson Beck, and I think it's Josh Hoover.
Yeah.
I think people are so down on Josh Hoover. I saw a couple people. They're giving this guy no credit. And I don't know if it's like they're like a Mendoza like hype still, or if it's just like they're not familiar with what Josh Hoover was, but yeah, that's his only issue is the turnovers. But I think Cignetti is gonna do what he did to Mendoza. Mendoza wasn't. I don't think Mendoza, like people forget, Mendoza was coming from Cal. Like he wasn't a talked about guy. There's a reason he ended up at Indiana, And I think it's the same for Hoover. Like Hoover missed out on going to LSU. He missed out on going to Penn State. He missed out on all the big transfer spots. Ended up at Indiana after winning the Natty. So that's why I think people are down on him. But he has more. I think he is arguably more talented than what Mendoza was going into last year. And I think the turnover issue I think it's a problem, yes. But if there's a guy to fix it, it's Cignetti, because you saw what he turned Mendoza into a Heisman. Why he can definitely turn Josh Hoover, who's a more talented guy, into this Heisman. But I would not play him at 13-1. I would need a little bit of a better price. But if you don't care about price, I think Hoover is the second best bet on the board.
So you're going to be hyped to know I got 20-1. Only time I've ever gotten good CLV on Profit X. Thank God.
Damn, on Profit X you got that?
Yep. You kind of took everything I just said, but I feel like it's also important to remember that it's not just Mendoza, man. It's Curt Cignetti came year one to Indiana and took Curtis Rourke to the college football playoff. And Curtis Rourke looked pretty good in that offense. Mm-hmm. Curt Cignetti is officially, in my opinion, not only one of the best coaches in college football already, an absolute quarterback whisperer, a guy who can get the most out of a quarterback. And you're right, dude. I do think he's the most talented guy he's had. I think he's more talented than Fernando Mendoza. People are saying turnover issues. Turnover issues at TCU don't necessarily equate to turnover issues at Indiana when you have a top-tier defense, a run game, an offensive line, Nick Marsh at wide receiver, who could be one of the best receivers in the country. It changes a lot. You turn over the ball out of necessity when your defense is fucking trash, you're down 2 touchdowns, whatever it may be. He's not going to have as many turnovers. I think Josh Hoover's going to have a huge year. I think people really are having a hard time accepting and believing that Indiana is here to stay. And I think this is the year Indiana cements it, because I think they go 11-1. I don't think they win the Natty, but I think they're back in the college football playoff. I think Josh Hoover is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and I think everybody has to accept it. Okay, Indiana's a football school now. Sigs is the real deal. 3 years in a row, they're here to stay.
I agree. I mean, you look at the board. Slack, you scroll up a little bit.
Mhm.
You look at the board. I mean, CJ Carr as the favorite. It's definitely deserved, but I think their schedule is so bad that I don't think he's gonna do enough to win the award. Arch Manning at 6.5 to 1. If you're betting that, I don't know. I mean,
People will, dude. People will.
people are
Correct.
definitely betting it. Mensa, we went over. Dante Moore is an interesting one.
I think Dante Moore is the best value on this board. Just
Really?
because I think if they go and
Yeah,
if they go 12-0, even 11-1, win the Big Ten chip, and go even compete for a national championship like me and you were talking
yeah.
about, it's going to be hard to doubt him.
He's an
Especially after
interesting
coming
one.
back last year. Like, there's a reason he came back.
He's an interesting one because I feel like it's another guy like he definitely has the talent around him, but I think the defense is so good that he could have bad games and like I don't think he's gonna get into enough shootouts to have the stats because I think Oregon will play these lower scoring games because the defense is so good.
Right.
You know,
I have
I
a
don't.
weird take. I have a weird take about this. I want both you guys' opinion. So I'm high on Oregon, obviously, so it wouldn't make sense for me not to be high on Dante Moore. But in a weird way, I'm not necessarily high on Dante Moore putting up the stats. I feel like everybody at Oregon, specifically Dan Lanning and Dante Moore, have an agreement that this year is about a national championship and
Mhm.
proving that they're not going to choke in the college football playoff again. It's why he came back. It has to happen for Dan Lanning. And I think it's going to be, they have two running backs returning that were both freshmen last year that combined for like 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns. This is the most stacked roster in college football.
Yeah, they have
Right.
his name
I don't
Jordan
know.
Davison.
I don't know if anyone can look at this team and say, yeah, this Dante Moore is the reason they did this. I know he'll be the quarterback on the best team, and
Mhm.
sometimes that wins you the Heisman. I don't know if he's going to have enough like Heisman moments, Heisman numbers, so I'm a little scared of him.
I think a perfect example is Mendoza last year. I just think the talent on other teams is going to be better, so it's not going to look like Mendoza last year. But I think he could put up a similar stat line because I think Mendoza had like what, like third, like I think he had like 3,000 yards, which is it's on the lower.
Normal.
It's
It's
it's like
normal
a
for a
yeah.
Heisman.
Like
Or,
I
yeah,
think
lower
he's
end.
I don't
Right.
think he's going to put up the Heisman like exactly what you said. I don't think he'll put up the Heisman numbers, but I think Oregon's going to be a great team. I think they're going to go 11-1 at worst. I think they could go 12-0 definitely, but it's a team that's I think it's a little bit of a question mark because you don't know what kind of football they're going to play. That I don't think it's the right number to play in
Yeah,
that.
I kind of agree. Well, I do agree.
Yeah, and then to run through the last three real quick, I can just combine them. I'm not high on Ole Miss. I don't think Chambliss at 10-1 is good value. I think he's gonna get humbled this year
Yep.
because you see it with these guys. They come out of nowhere. They have second year film on them, especially in the SEC. I think it's bad news. And then the Ohio State guys. If you think Ohio State is going to be a good team, and you think one of these guys is going to win Heisman, pick Jeremiah Smith. Don't pick Julian Sayin because if Ohio State is going to win 11, 12 games, Jeremiah Smith is going to put up the best receiver season we've ever seen. It's that
Ever. Yes.
he's going to put up a Devontae Smith type of year and win Heisman if Ohio State wins 11, 12 games, but I don't think they do. I think they win 9 games. And then there's other guys out there that are good darts, but I think the winner is Hoover or Mensa. That's my guess.
Yeah, and I want to say I'm on Ole Miss under 8.5 wins. Pretty much for everything you just said. To me, I see Pete Golding as kind of like an Ed Orgeron. And a guy will give you a fucking chest bump and a headbutt on the sideline, get you pumped up. But when it comes to X's and O's, I don't really trust him like I would trust Lane Kiffin. I described last year's college football playoff run as straight adrenaline, just straight adrenaline. It was amazing. Another team I was high on because I was like, "Fuck Lane Kiffin, man! Like they can make some noise." I had Ole Miss against Georgia. The year of film thing is the best thing he said. This guy's from Ferris State or whatever it was called, Division II, and he was awesome. I don't want to shit on the guy at all. He was awesome, but another year of film against this gauntlet of a schedule, and I do think it's kind of like not a not a Cinderella ending for Ole Miss at all. I think they could have a rocky year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I also
not
agree
high on
with
them, but they might beat Oklahoma.
Might beat Oklahoma.
So-
That game could decide the win totals. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Fuck. Okay. I was gonna bring up LSU.
Perfect.
Thoughts on
After
LSU?
LSU Slack, I'm gonna bounce. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking
we're-
I'm gonna
yeah, I think
close
we're
this
good
up
anyway.
too. But yeah,
It's a really good one to discuss.
yeah. Just because you brought up Ole Miss, I feel like we at least have to bring it up a little bit. I think I mean, I'm on their under wins. I think you see 9.5 with a plus number to the over. I think that is telling in itself. Let alone where are they going to get their wins, or where they're going to lose. Week 1, Clemson, book it. That's some awkward silence. You guys are dicks.
Dabo,
you guys,
Sweeney,
you guys,
dog.
dude, you all learn again.
I just can't agree there. Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay, and ignore it. Where do you guys feel about LSU?
Go ahead, Biggs.
I'm on the fence still because Hold up. So Mexico doesn't have a starting quarterback. Yeah. I didn't see that actually, but we didn't even talk about the North Dakota State game. But real quick, I did end up taking Jacksonville State +7.
I should have hit.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just tell
gonna
you
hit.
guys on those little schools. I'll tell you.
Well, he's not. We're going against each other on. I think both of them.
But real quick, Sam Levitt's an interesting quarterback because I don't think people are high on him after last year because he did have a down year, but he was also hurt. I think there's too many moving pieces for LSU to succeed at a high clip. I think they're going to win games. I think they're going to shock some people, but playoff, I don't know. If they make the playoff, I think it's a first round exit. I don't think national championship is in the cards this year. I think Sam Levitt will produce. I think he will be a good quarterback, but I don't think he's going to be good enough to win in the SEC consistent on a week-to-week basis. That's all I really got. I think they're going to be I think they're going to end the year ranked in that 11 to 14 range, maybe sneak into the playoff. I don't know. I'm not really high on I've never been a Lane Kiffin guy, so I'm not going to sit here and act like him going to LSU is exciting to me because I don't think it is. I don't really care about Lane Kiffin. I think he's kind of corny. So I'm not going to have money on them. If they win games, great. If not, fuck them. I don't really care.
So coming all off season, I was excited about. Hate watching Lane Kiffin. I really don't like Lane Kiffin. I wouldn't want him to be the coach of my team. I know it's probably like a cold take. People are like, oh, well, you wouldn't. Everybody wanted Lane Kiffin. He was the hottest fucking name in the coaching portal this offseason, and he's at one of the biggest schools in college football. I just don't like Lane Kiffin. I think Lane Kiffin's kind of a me guy, and I was looking forward to hate watching him. But then I'm looking at the roster, looking at the fact that they got Jordan Seaton in the transfer portal, who was the number one offensive lineman. I'm looking at the fact that the problem with LSU these last couple years is they had Jaden Daniels, and he won the Heisman, but the defense was horrific. And then they have a pretty fucking amazing defense and a horrific offense. Now I'm looking at this team, and I don't see the holes. I don't see the holes in this roster. So as excited as I was to fade them, now I'm having a hard time. I disagree with Slacks full-heartedly on the Clemson game. I thought Clemson doesn't have a quarterback yet, and it's a battle between fucking Taint fucking Reynolds and Christopher Messina. Dabo Sweeney's a douchebag, and he's been past prime for a while. I don't think there's a shot they win that game. And I think they're going to beat Ole Miss, dude. That's the thing is I'm so low on Ole Miss. I think they're going to win that game. Yeah, I said Tailing Dogs. I know it's Tate, but I don't fucking care. And so then boom, if they lost to Texas A&M, which they might, but they might not, they're going to start the year 5-1, and it does get rougher the schedule. But do I think this team could win 9 or 10 games? Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah,
I don't want it to happen though.
I want to get your thoughts on this. There's one spot on the schedule that I could see that's a sleepy spot. And it's going to sound biased out of me, I know, but tell me that Auburn game doesn't look a little interesting. You go to Jordan-Hare, and then you have Bama and Texas coming to the crib the next 2 weeks. That is the one spot on the schedule that can be a hiccup.
It could be, you're right, but also I'm looking again and getting Alabama and Texas at LSU. Those will probably be those will probably be night games.
I guarantee they'll both be night games.
Oh, 100%. Those are going to be ESPN night games. 100%.
Back-to-back weeks
that
home is
it could be
fucked.
You know the Auburn game already has the time.
Yeah, it's at 12.
It's at noon. You're so right. You're so right. It could be a sleep spot.
That is
walking into Auburn. Listen, I'm an Auburn fan, so it sounds a little biased, but walking into Auburn at 12 o'clock, Auburn's probably not going to be great this year. They're going to be mediocre. walking in. It's like, all right, like we'll get in, get out, have our bye week, go play Bama, go play Texas, go to Tennessee. They could slip up. That could be the slip up game with how their roster is put together. I think this is a game where the egos get in the way. I'm gonna see if I can get a number.
I hate it.
Doss, I did not tell your FCS plays. I'm sorry.
LSU.
I wish I did. I didn't even bet FCS. I couldn't find it on my TV. So I just
there's no number out for that game yet.
Okay.
But
Jake,
yeah,
did you bet FCS today?
Nah, man, I'm really gonna chill till Saturday, and then I'm gonna go ham as fuck.
I wish I killed. I fucking bet baseball the last 4 days.
Yeah,
I'm doing
fuck
that too.
baseball, dude. I'm so out on baseball.
So
I'm
done.
scared to even check the scores.
Is that it? Is everyone good? I think this was a great show, to be honest. Steak,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. We look forward to it. I'm gonna try to get you on before the start of NFL season if possible.
Cool.
Yeah, we can do an NFL day.
Yeah, especially when the Packers play the Vikings. Maybe a SlackPacks pregame show. Would you be interested in hopping on?
Yep, absolutely. I'm down for that for sure.
I'll come on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why the Vikings are going to win that game if you want.
Fucking,
Yeah, I like that.
he's the narrator.
Yeah, I was
Oh my
gonna say he could be
God,
the mediator.
That's
All right,
the
boys.
word. I'm
Appreciate you
fucking
guys.
idiot.
Be good.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, Steak. Use Profit X. Goodbye, everybody. Peace.